Hello, 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 amazing, wonderful you. Welcome, welcome to this Facebook Live on actually today. I don't know if you knew, today is Autism Awareness Day. And I just wanted to use this very different, way of functioning that's called autism as an invitation for how different can we all be. I've worked with people with autism in psychiatry, and I was always intrigued by their extremely different way of seeing the world and functioning in the world. And I was always very inspired. I know that's a very, very weird perspective, probably, because most people think, anybody who is different should try to be normal, or anything that goes beyond the norm should try to improve. That's this world's point of view. But I have a very, very, very different perspective about this whole thing that's called craziness. Oftentimes what people call crazy is a huge resource and possibility that, if acknowledged, can be used to create your own life greater than you can imagine, and also inspiring the world to something greater. And, if you haven't noticed, the world is a lot about sameness. It's a lot about how am I supposed to function so I'm not standing out too much. You're supposed to stand out a little, so you're kind of like an individual and, do your thing, but not too much. And have you noticed that most of us, it's not a spoken law. It's not out, people don't talk about how different can you be, but it's like an unwritten rule, an unwritten law on how different can you be. If you just look in your life right now, and maybe the past 6 hours or so, if you just get a download of your past 6 hours today, wherever you are in the world, if you just woke up, take the past awake 6 hours that you remember, and just go, okay, so where, in which interactions with other people, have you had somewhere in the back of your head, hmm, I should be normal, I shouldn't be too much, or where you judged yourself, or where you tried to relate to other people in a way that's normal or not too much for them, or, in any way holding yourself back. Hmm? And now get the download of how much energy that takes you. And we seldom acknowledge that. It's not something we, think about, oh, today I held myself back 40%. You don't think about that, but it's there for most people, luring in the back of their heads, always like this: am I too much? Am I too much? Am I too different? Should I turn down my difference? Should I be more normal? And we seldom acknowledge how much energy that takes. So one of the things you want to maybe start to acknowledging for you is what it costs you to not be as different as you are. Like, and I'm talking costing you in all kinds of currencies. It's like we don't only pay in money, like dollars or euros. We pay in energy. We pay in creativity. We pay in, the space we be, the fun we have. Like, there's a lot of different currencies we pay that we have seldom acknowledged. So how much does it cost you to turn down your difference? And don't think about it like, oh, it costs me, da 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 da. Just get the, let's get the download of it, get the energy of it. And if you wouldn't do that, if you wouldn't turn down that, let's say this, if you would turn down yourself, let's take 5% less, or if you would turn yourself up 5% more, how would your life be? How much more creativity would you have available? It's mirror reversed here, so I have to move my finger somewhere else. So how much more creativity would you have available? How much more money would you have and be able to create? How much more fun would you have? How much more space of being you would you have? And that's just 5% turning yourself up more and turning yourself down less. That's not a lot. And so this is where, like, I love the, thing where we have this invitation to consciousness right now on the planet, and consciousness is a very pragmatic thing. It's not a spiritual thing. It's a very pragmatic thing, which is you just turn on the lights, you see what is, and you get the awareness of whatever's going on, and you see, okay, where am I choosing something that works for me? Where am I choosing something that doesn't work for me? And what does it take to change it? Very pragmatic. So us right now having this conversation and turning on the lights and going, wait a second, in my past 6 hours of awakeness, not sleeping, how much did I turn myself down? In which situations, with what kind of people? Or is it all kinds of people? Is it also like just situations where I go to the supermarket or you go and buy some whatever you buy? It's like just like entering the store, or before you enter the store, or when you just go outside of your door, like just be present with yourself and notice, what are you choosing? What are you doing with you? Because turning yourself down is not only what you say or how you express yourself verbally, it's also your position in the world, what you choose to be, what energy you choose to be. So the more you become present, the more you will be able to change it. And it's not about changing behavior. I know psychology is a lot about changing behavior. It's not about changing behavior. It's like if you ever try to change your behavior, it's just like frustrating. You just judge yourself because you didn't do it right again, and you have to do it again, and you didn't do it right the next time. So rather than trying to change your behavior, get rid of your point of view. The behavior is it's a side effect. It just comes with you choosing, with you letting go of the points of view, and with you choosing something different, and with you being something different. So next time when you just, for example, daily situation, you go outside the door, before you do that, be present with you, be present with your body, be present with what space you're choosing to be. And then make the choice to go, okay, how much more can I turn myself up? Just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone. Because people, like most people, are not that present. So they actually notice you energetically turning yourself up. They might notice, there's something different with her today, with him today. I don't know, maybe they cut their hair, they wash their hair, maybe they have a different t-shirt on, you're so different, what's going on? They don't really they wouldn't say, oh my God, it's amazing that you're so you today. Most people, they don't think about these things. But for you, just for fun, never tell anyone, just for the joy of you to discover, what is it to be me? What is it to be different? So it's being different is not about behaving differently. Being different is about being different. The difference, you are uniquely like no one else is, and no one else can be. And that's the gift of all of us. It's like sameness is such a seductive thing to be. It's like it's all about sameness and a little bit different, like diet different, but not full on different. So how much more energy would you have available? How much more money would you be able to create? How much more fun would you have? How much more space of you being you, freedom of you being you, would you have with making this choice of turning yourself up just for you? And why is this such a big topic in this world? Why is this such a no, don't go there, like a little bit different, just diet different, but not full on different? Why is this such a thing in our world? Well, maybe it's you. If you would choose that, you would have a level of power and freedom that you're not supposed to have and be. Because people who choose freedom, people who choose to, hey, like I can be good, I can be bad, I can be as good as I want, I can be as bad as I want. It's just a choice. There's no right choice, no wrong choice. It's just a choice, and I can change it in every moment. People who have that level of freedom, they are not controllable. Like you and people who have that level of freedom are also very questioning. So if someone tells you a lie and you're being you go, wait a second, there's something, something strange about that. Like when you say that, there's like some kind of a contraction. Let me ask some questions about it. Let me find out what's true for me. Well, that's a very, how do you say, intimidating way of being in the world. And that's why judgments are they're such a big thing in our world, because judgments control you. And it's not just that judgments control you, but you actually allow judgments to control you because you've done this for so long. It's like, it's normal. Everybody does that. But what if you start questioning everything, even that? So are judgments really controlling you, or are you allowing judgments to control you? And what if you make a different choice? What if you welcome judgments? What if judgments are something where you go, oh, thank you. Somebody's noticing my difference. Wow, this is like, what if judgments are just like an award of difference? And you go, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you for, noticing that I'm different. And, they're wording it in form of judgments, but whatever. What gift can judgments be to you if you would just receive them? And also, in the face of judgments, turn yourself up. And that's the funnest thing you can do. It's like if somebody judges you for, I don't know, being too happy, for example. So what are you usually doing in the face of judgments? When you're happy and you're having a great day and like, oh my God, I just changed something and I just created this and I'm so happy and I'm looking forward to this and that. And then you tell someone about it and they judge you for it. What do you usually do? Well, are you going, yay? Or are you going, maybe that was too much? Maybe it's not going to work. Maybe I shouldn't be that happy. I don't really have reason enough to be happy. So how much are you used to turning yourself down? So next time, in the face of judgment, turn yourself up. When somebody judges you for being happy, for being too weird, being too different, just energetically go, okay, I'm going to turn that up. Just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone. Notice that space of joy. It's like, don't turn it up from, I'm going to show you I'm really happy. That's fighting. That's resisting their judgment. You don't want to resist people's judgments, because when you resist people's judgments, you just give that judgment a lot of energy. You feed and nurture that judgment. But if you don't resist it and you just enjoy it and relax into it and allow it and turn just from the joy of it, just go, I'm just going to turn that up and notice what that is creating. It's wonderful. It's just changes the situation, at least for you. And it's the willingness to be uncomfortable. Because when you're not reacting the way that other people want you to react, when somebody judges you, they want you to react. They are looking for come on, react. I just judged you. Come on, let's play judgment. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. And they want you to resist and react or agree in a line or get cranky or angry. And when you don't join that game, you change the game. You lead the game. And that's probably very uncomfortable for that person or those people. And what if that is something you enjoy? So what if you don't avoid being uncomfortable or intimidating anymore? Because when you turn up your difference, when you turn up your joy and your freedom, you probably are pretty intimidating for people. Just joy, like just happiness is extremely intimidating if you haven't noticed. It's like if you, go somewhere and you've observed that also in other people. You maybe go to a restaurant and then there's someone coming in and going, being super happy and super free, and everybody goes, please don't talk to me. I don't want to be involved in that because that's weird. I cannot control it. I don't know what to do with it. Do you want me to join in your happiness? Oh my God, I can't do this. This is too much of showing me like, ah. So it's, if you are joyful, you can actually lead the situation. But most people think if they're sad and angry, they dominate the situation. That's like the usual way of going about it. Like that's the normal way of trying to dominate a situation, by being angry, by being sad, like all these normal things. But the way you actually are the leader and truly dominate without needing to have power over is by being happy, by being different, by being you. And the question you can ask yourself is, am I willing to be that different? Am I truly willing to be that powerful? And that's something you have to look at in your own life and in your own world. Like, how far are you willing to go? And if you notice, okay, I'm allowing myself to be different light version, different light rather than full on different, doesn't matter. Please don't judge yourself for it. And don't make yourself wrong for it. It doesn't matter. It's just like, it's a big step to have that level of presence with yourself where you actually notice what you're choosing. If you have that vulnerability and that courage to look in your own world and go, wow, I'm just choosing different delight, like light version. Okay, that's interesting. Wow. Okay, I've just been choosing a little bit different so far. All right, not a problem, not a wrongness. I am grateful that I am willing to see that. And what choice would I like to do next? What choice would I like to make next? How much of my difference am I willing to turn up? And what people oftentimes don't notice is that the level of difference you're willing to be in the world has a lot of, how do you say, it correlates with the level of success you can have for you. And that is something that is not acknowledged a lot in the world yet, but maybe you are willing to know that. That's like still a kind of secret recipe, not so secret, because we talk about it, but it's kind of like a not acknowledged recipe for change and success and fun and joy and possibilities. So what if you're willing to be that different and use that recipe more than anybody else and more than ever? And I see a lot of you commenting in the chat, and a lot of you, I don't see your comment. I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with this kind of platform. I just see someone, writing, but I don't see what words you're writing. So sorry. I'm like grateful for you guys' comments and for your presence and for your willingness to receive this. That is amazing. And I can sense you guys listening to this and letting this into your world. And that is just wonderful. So more of that. And even if we're just, I don't know, some people listening here going, okay, thank you for the inspiration. I'm going to make a new choice. That is changing our world more than you can acknowledge. And so this is my invitation today on Autism Awareness Day. As I said in the beginning, I've been working with autistic people and all kinds of people with so-called diagnoses, depression, anxiety, personality disorders, burnout syndrome, like anything, basically, OCD, anything. And what I saw was, oh my God, these people are just different. They function different. They see the world in a different way, and putting them in a box of wrongness and you need to get fixed or you need to, get better, get more normal, that does not work. Like trying to fix difference as though it is a wrongness, like, oh my God, that's like medieval kind of trying, that's medieval psychology. That's not how you truly create change. Truly creating change in a pragmatic way is seeing what is, acknowledging the gift of the difference, acknowledging the resources behind those so-called incapacities, and learning by acknowledging and then learning with different tools to use this as a resource to create your life and your future. And that's something I'd like to invite the world to. And that's why I do pragmatic psychology and, do classes. And I've written 4 books so far and do podcasts with pragmatic psychology and videos and classes all over the world. Like, that's what I would like to invite the world to, like, the gift and the joy of difference. However that difference is showing up, whether it's a diagnose or just a different way of functioning with business, a different way of functioning with family, a different way of functioning with, anything you do. If you just truly start to go, whatever you do in your life, with your kids, with your family, with your business, with your creations, with money, with your body, like anything you are doing a lot, start noticing your unique way of doing it and nurture that and go, okay, so how am I doing this different than anybody else? How else can I nurture this difference? What gift can this be to me? How much more fun can I have with this? And what else can this contribute to me, to the rest of my life? It's like, nurture your difference. It's a huge platform for success and possibilities and future and everything. And so I've been to a concert, 2 days ago with a German comedian who is very talented. He plays a lot of different instruments, and he started out as a jazz musician, and he had fun playing jazz, but nobody was interested. So he's like, okay, what else can I do? And he started to notice how he just likes to have fun and being silly in public. And he started to combine music and playing different instruments with humor, with fun, with comedian stuff. And he did it in a way that was fun for him. And so we were at the concert, and he's been around for a many years. And what I noticed when I watched him is he had fun. He wasn't performing to please the audience or to make the audience happy or to fulfill, the need to be a perfect person or the need to, make other people laugh. He was having so much fun for himself. That was so incredible to watch. And because he was choosing it for him, just for fun, just for me, just for fun, it was so engaging. It was so extremely inviting. And you're like, I'm intrigued. I want to hear more of you. I'm so inspired because you just do this for you, and you are having fun, and that is different. And he found his very different way of doing what he's doing. He's not like any other comedian. He's just so silly in such a wonderful way. And that is something we all can be inspired by. It's like, where are you trying to do things the way other people do it to be liked? Wow. And what if you just go, whatever, what if you don't do whatever you do for other people? What if you do it for you? What if you do it for fun? And what invitation and inspiration can that be? True difference is a huge inspiration. It's a huge invitation to what you're doing. So let's throw sameness out of the window, and let's invite full-on difference, just for you, just for fun, just because you can. So my friends, this is my invitation to you. And I hope this was a contribution to you. If you want to know more, just visit some of my internet stuff. I think someone will put some links under there, the books, the podcasts, the videos, the classes, what contributes to you. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me or my team. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful enjoyment of your difference and what else is possible for all of us. Mwah. Adios. Goodbye. Tschüss.